Let us start again. So what we have, these are the accessories. First I have told you, testing table, ball holders, and ball holder 5 millimeter, test flock 10 millimeter, 5 millimeter ball, and Fresnel microscope. Testing table is around 200 millimeter, 20 centimeter diameter. Ball holder can hold the ball up to 10 millimeter. Ball holder, another ball holder can hold a ball up to 5 millimeter. So test block is supposed to be the mineral hardness number of 10 and up to it is to be applied by up to 3000 metric ton. One is 10 millimeter ball is available for indentation, and 5 millimeter ball is also available for indentation. And last but not the least, there is a Fresnel microscope is there to measure the diameter of the indentation itself. Now, again, there is a disruption. Again, there is a cut off. I don't know what to do. Well, these are the 7 items we required, which we are supposed to use here. Plus, in addition to the 7 items, we have the weight hanger after screwing the bottom weight hook to the hanger V. This assembly is equivalent to 500 kg. It is a weight hanger system. It is equivalent. It is to which the weight is being a weight hanger is screwed, and over the weight hanger we can assemble the block. We can place the weights one by one. This weight hanger assembly has more or less 500 kg load itself on the ball indenter, and out of the remaining 6 weights, 2 are 250 kg and 4 are equivalent to 500 kg load. The total weight can be equivalent to 3000 kg load maximum. Now, how to make the test itself? First of all, you have to clean the surface of the bottom surface of the plunger, which is putting to which you have to fix the ball indenter. Then fix the ball indenter and tighten it properly, and it is sit with sufficient but not additional pressure. That's only sufficient hand pressure. The Fresnel hardness test is surface of specimen on which the impression is to be made should be flat, clean and dry and smooth from oxide scales and pits. Especially for steel, all these surface should be cleaned by means of a clean piece of cloth, and it should be smooth, which and smooth, and it is supplied it to us accordingly, and it is perfectly flat. There is no tilt or no twist over it, and it is dry and free of any oil and water or any other liquid, and there should not be any oxide scale placed over the steel item itself, not even for copper or aluminum even. Even that oxides, copper oxides and aluminum oxides will create a black scale over the surface itself. Now, the ball holder is nothing but a nut-shaped item which with its inside groove inside it, where you have to pull the steel balls, which is a hardened steel ball. There are two different types. One is 10 millimeter diameter, and another is 15 and 5 millimeter, 10 millimeter diameter, another is 5 millimeter diameter. Now, one of the load ranges, 300, load ranges can be like this, 300 by putting all the external weights over the hanger, 1000 by putting the 500 kg load and keeping the hanger weight with the addition to the hanger weight 500 kg, and without putting any other load on the hanger, and using only the hanger or load of the hanger itself, which is equivalent to 500 kg itself. And our machines, although written here, cannot do any experiment with 250 kg or so. It's not permissible to it. Now, the hardened ball is now impressed on the surface under the load, loads maintained for around 20 minutes or 20 seconds or 10 to 20 seconds, and the diameter of the impression is subsequently measured by a microscope of accuracy plus minus 0.01 millimeter. The ferrous metals, what is that? The ball range is D30 into D into D, where 30 is the factor and D is the diameter of the indenter itself. If the diameter is 10, diameter D is 10, then the ferrous metals have the load, which is supposed to have the load 30 multiplied by 10, multiplied by another 10. So it is 3000 kg or 3 metric ton equivalent weight. For other non-metals, the same equation occurs, except the factor has changed to a certain extent. So non-ferrous metal for brass, etc., load will be 550 into D, 50 into D, where D is again the diameter of the ball itself. So if it is only 10 millimeter, it can be 10 into 10, 100, and 50 into 100, it will be 1000. Or that is too much, it will be 5000, which is beyond this capacity of this machine. So you have to use smaller balls like 5 millimeter, etc., which will have D multiplied by D means it has 25 millimeter multiplied by 50 means it is 750 kg of equivalent load, and you have to put that by putting a 250 kilometer hanger weight as attached weight on the self from the hanger itself, which is 500 kg load weight, and 2.5 into D into T for another for unloading for testing the non-ferrous item itself. Now, the diameter that the impression thus created, we have to measure the dimension by means of this optical microscope, and you have to tally it from the Billets hardness number itself. There is an equation over which this Billets hardness number are written. Actually, it is nothing but the force required to make the ball indentation, which means the load applied on the material itself multiplied by divided by the cross-section area of the impression itself. Or it can be like this: P divided by pi into D multiplied by D minus square root of D square minus small d square, where Billets hardness number is equal to the Billets hardness number, where P is the load applied, T is the diameter of the ball in millimeter, and small d is the diameter of the ball impression in millimeter. So load applied is known to us, diameter of the ball is known to us, we can measure it even, and we have to calculate the diameter of the impression, which is supposed to be given by the, helps to be measured by the Brillouin microscope. If we have this thing, all these 5 factors, we'll get the Brillouin hardness number by calculate in terms of calculation and by calculations. But in order to avoid the calculation, the Brillouin hardness chart, which I will show it to you, is available. Brillouin hardness chart is available, from where, if you know the diameter and the load, you can have the hardness itself. Let us go through how we'll operate the machine. First of all, the carrying test, the following procedure should be adopted by very carefully. What is this? Prepare the operating heater in horizontal position. The operating lever, when I'll run the video, I'll show you.
There are only 2 students.
পড়াতেই তো চলে গেল। Any negligence may lead to the keep the leader in horizontal position and place the specimen on the testing table itself. Now we have to turn.
Sir, there are only 2 students.
Let me work over it as much as I can do. You are telling that my job is not clear, my dimension is, my figures is also not clear, but I don't have any way to improve my voice and anything else, because it is all controlled by the internet itself. People are coming and going out, I know. Let us follow and let us proceed. Well, place the specimen in the resting table. Keep the operating lever in horizontal position. Right? There is a cam operated operating table is actuating a cam inside, which is releasing the hanger from the load itself if in a particular horizontal position. And now place the specimen on the testing table itself. Next, specimen should be clean and free of dirt. And if there is any almost indenter is there, it should be at least 1 centimeter away from the conformer indenter, if not more. Now, specimen is placed on the table, then nut. You have to nut, round the nut in clockwise direction. Nut means what? This plate, this specimen is placed over a table, which in turn is fixed over a screw jack itself. And screw jack is the operating wheel, which works like a nut itself. If it works in a clockwise direction, the whole specimen will go up and ultimately touch the indenter itself. When it will touch the indenter, just give a normal pressure, normal hand-on pressure to touch the indenter and leave it as it is. Next, we have to lift the operating lever, a horizontal position as slow as possible and guide it clockwise and slowly when it reverts. After a certain period, it will rotate automatically because the cams are being released by your own hand. Then the load is automatically applied and rod will automatically go to the horizontal position again. Now we have to wait up to the lever stands still, more than around 20 seconds or 15 seconds is required. Next, bring the lever back again to the horizontal position and turn back the rod and remove the specimen and carry the same specimen for further analysis, experiments, and measure the diameter of the specimen impression by Brinell's microscope and find out the Brinell hardness number, various hardness number from the chart itself. Now, what is the check for proper indentation? The standard set plots are supplied along the machine can verify accuracy of the tester and verify the accuracy. In case of deviation, the indicated value beyond the limit given is noted by testing around 10 millimeter ball under 55 millimeter ball, and then changes to be done on the ball itself. The hardness, standard hardness test block supplied with the machine should only be used in case of doubts for the accuracy of the result itself, which means so many things are told here. Means we have a standard test block with which we can check and register our hardness, is which hardness is known, so that if you check it with the hardness and you got the same hardness, then we can say that all the settings and calibrations are okay. Now let us make a separate chapter for Brinell hardness number. Now, this is our Brinell hardness testing machine chart, Brinell hardness testing chart. It is already done with that formula which I've shown to you, pi d divided by d minus d capital D square minus small d square, or actually it is the load applied per unit area in millimeter square on the specimen itself. So what we have here for the table, we have that this is the different hardness from for different type of different tests. Starting from here, the all right side, the numbers which is taken is defined as the hardness itself. Now, what will you do? First, you have to know the diameter of the ball. If it is 5 millimeter, then this type of chart is being used. This is the millimeter. This is the load here, which we are applied 750 and 250 and so. And 750 to 250, 750 to 250, 750 to 250. These are the range of the different impression in millimeter, 1.26 millimeter, 1.28 millimeter, say 1.47 millimeter, 1.54 millimeter are the line. And this This is the measurement of the indent which is produced on the surface, and by means of a Fresnel microscope, which can measure up to a accuracy of plus minus 0.01. So here we can have 1.26. Here the size of the impression means millimeter 1 plus millimeter 0.026. This is a small, very small indent, and it can be done with 5 millimeter ball itself, and it can be done with a load of 500 kg over the hanger itself. The hardness which we have found is 592 Fresnel hardness number or kgf per millimeter square. Clearly, the stiffness is with this number itself. And if we have 250 kg external load, we have the impression we are much less. We are 197. Same is the case with this rod, and this rod, and this rod. Now this is the rod given for a ball diameter 5 millimeter, 500 millimeter. So different size of the impression is plotted, and corresponding what will be the size of the hardness of the ball. It is now inspected like this. Next, we go to the next page. The ball is here 100 millimeter. One second. Now, this is the impression size, and this is the Fresnel hardness number. For generally, this is the type for steel ball itself. 569 DHL is, or HP is the hardness number itself. Here we have to apply 3 metric ton loads, and we have to use 10 meter block itself. Here there are a lot of variations there. Here for using 500 kg load, we have here 91.1 Fresnel hardness number, which means 547 is not actually 547 is the Fresnel hardness number with an impression 5 point. Now, by 2.68, we will have, if we have to use 2000 millimeters, it will become 547 DHL number. 1000 is used 182, and for 500, 591.1 itself. What is happening in this side? We have more or less comparatively bigger hole, say a hole size of 3.15 millimeter, and is obtained by a hole pressure of 3000 kg. Then have the hardness itself is 597. But it was not the same when 100,000 kg is used, hardness is shown much less itself. So this is given that as the load hardness is comparatively better, and this hardness resistance to hardness is also comparatively better itself. Let us see others. Here is another chart for 10 millimeter ball, and it has also applied load 3000, 1600, 250, etc. Same is the right side. This is the impression which you are getting. So for a 10 millimeter load, we applied this 500 kg load itself. Here we have had an impression of 3.51 millimeter. And so we can say that the constant block has a hardness 300 BHL itself. Or for the same depth of the impression, we can have same depth of the impression, we can have like this. If we apply 500 kg load itself, then we'll have the hardness number only 53.3. And if you have for 1000 kg, if you have hardness number 100. So we see for the same impression created by higher hole, each block has higher hardness, comparatively less hole, block has less amount of hardness, and it is goes on like this. It becomes less and less when compound results your test piece cannot be completed anymore. So somewhere here, 366 is the diameter of the impression. And if we apply 275 millimeter to a 300 kg of equivalent weight, we'll get 275 real hardness number. If we apply 1000 load, external load, we'll have 91.7 real hardness number and 46.7 will be the hardest number when it's only 500 kg load is being applied over it. The higher value of hardness equation are available here for the same diameter ball and with the same applied load. So here for the same 1000 kg load and now, so we have here, if we create higher and higher value of the impression, diameter of the impression, your hardness is being less and less. For after with the application of same indenter or same external load. So which means indenter size is more. That's why it means that we are using softer and softer material. Like this here, 4.62 material hardness is on 169. It is here 5.03, hardness less 141. Like this, whatever the material, if we use this external load is the diameter and the same external load on the machine, on this milled hardness machine, we'll have this type of hardness test hardness available. This is a quick process, so we don't have to calculate the hardness itself. This is another same indication, another chart, and it's 4 millimeter hardness and it has used for softer materials so that it can produce